All right, another fast casual interview with one of my favorite people in the world, Debbie Frapp. So we've known each other now for maybe 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been that long, hasn't it?
And so
And we've gotten younger.
yes, we look
At the
better.
same time, we look better now than we ever have before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met Debbie when started at Keller Williams in the commercial world back in 06, 07.
Yep.
She was instrumental in helping me, in the real estate business. And you're still doing that with coaching, right?
I am.
And so we with Keller Williams, which I think is one of the best systems ever with training, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I travel. I get the opportunity to not only travel across the country to various Keller Williams locations. I mean, literally all over the country. And I provide training. I provide trainings to the agents and specifically helping them how to set goals and what does that look like. And now that I have a goal, how do I actually get there? How do I do it? So I get the pleasure of doing that. And then on the flip side, I coach with individuals that are running the Keller Williams offices and owning the Keller Williams offices and coaching them how to run an even bigger business.
Right.
So it's,
So helping people be accountable and finding out what their dreams and things are.
Sure,
Is
absolutely.
that describe it?
well, yeah, because if you don't have a big enough reason of why you want to do something, like it's something that's not like connected to your heart, you won't do it.
Okay.
And so part of my job is I gotta help people get in touch with what is that reason, and I gotta understand that, and I gotta know that, and then we apply the business to it, right? So if somebody says I want to make $100,000, my next question to them would be, so why is it important to you? What does that do for you and your family? And it's got to be something that's so compelling that it will make them want to take action on it, and sometimes do things that make them feel uncomfortable or anything like that. And so that's part of what I do is I help people get in touch with that, but then keep them there, right? Because it's easy to quit when things get hard. And so if you don't have that compelling emotional connection to that, you'll quit when it gets hard, or you won't hit your goal.
Right.
You won't hit that purpose, and you never get to see your passion or your dream come to a reality.
So is it with coaching? I know it's confusing to me sometimes. Is it to shortcut the system so that I don't have to spend as much time to learn, or is it to keep me accountable to the actions that we know will be accountable? Because in sales with like commercial real estate, I know if I make one call a day, it's going to generate so much business.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Or is it
Danny, I think it's both. I really do, because there are definitely times where it's got to be something that you want to do. I mean, it's not about me giving you advice and saying you got to go do this. If you don't see the reason for doing that, you're not going to do it anyway. And then it's listening enough though to know what it is you want to achieve and holding you to that, right? Not letting you give up on yourself, not letting you give up on your goal. And if we don't have that person there, we give up on it, right? Especially if it gets a little, maybe I don't want that after all. And so I'm that person that kind of holds that space for them to say, no, this is what you said you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
I know for me, I've had a coach before, and then coming up to that, I didn't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
So I would do the actions.
Do it. I've had a coach since 2004, and sometimes I've needed more than one coach at a time, based on different areas of my life. And there were literally times where I'm like, because I said I would to another human being, I do it.
Right.
And this idea that we can be held accountable to ourselves, it's really a myth. And I believe coaching is about tapping into that personal integrity that I have. If I say it's kind of like to your kids, right? I would never tell my kids I'm going to do something and then not do it.
Right.
Like, what kind of mom would I be if I did that?
Right.
Coaching is kind of that same influence, that same impact.
Yeah.
It's to have that person in your world. And so, yeah, sometimes, because I said told the coach, all right, I gotta get this done because I told my coach I would.
Yes.
And that happens. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, with the real estate world, which you've been a lot of people want to do real estate, and it's what kind of people do you see that are the most successful in that world?
I think the people that are the most successful, number one, really understand that it's about relationships. and because it's about having a client for life, right? Because when you think about the history of one individual, I'm not in this category, but most people every 7 to 9 years are buying maybe new property, or they're buying a new home, or then their kids grow up. And so people that have really been successful get that, and they build relationships with individuals. And then it's also those individuals that consistently do something every day, right? They're going out, they're lead generating. Gary Keller says all the time that this is the lead generation business, right? You can't just sit around and wait for somebody to walk up to you and say, hey, I would like to buy a home. So those individuals that are willing to make the phone calls, but it's not about, you can't make somebody buy a house. It's too large of a purchase. You may be able to talk me into a pair of jeans that I don't need, but you can't talk me into a house I don't need. So you've got to have that relationship, and you've got to be having conversations with people every single day, and that consistency of that. Those are the people that make it real estate.
Awesome. Now, what do you see? Things have changed now with technology, paper,
Yep.
all these new tools, and
Yeah.
it can be so confusing. Is there any one thing that you see that is consistent among successful people that you would recommend?
I think technology should not. It's still about relationships. I think with anything, and you can have technology that can help you leverage in so many different areas. And at the end of the day, though, it's about the relationship. It's about the conversations that you have with people. And yes, I had to learn to text, and I email, and I do social media, and I do all of those platforms. And there's good in all of them, and they're forms of communication, but it can't replace the relationship.
Yeah.
So I think it's still relationship based. That's gonna make the difference, and I hope it stays that way. I really do.
So, if you had a magic wand and you could tap on all your people that you are coaching and things, what's one thing you wish they would listen to? The main thing.
It's daily consistently. Consistency. It's what can you do every single day. It's the little things that then they build up and they add that momentum that makes the difference. It's the little things.
Yeah.
It's the daily consistency. Yeah.
Like building success on success.
Absolutely, and you just keep building. You got to build that momentum until you get to that place, but it's something you got to do every day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Rob her with burgers today, Bud Burgers, and
The best burger in town.
we're not biased at all.
No, not biased. Not biased.
No. Any last words or quotes you live by, your question of the day, or anything that you can think of?
Well, I've kind of had this theme, so I'll share Susan Scott from Fierce Conversations. One of the key ideas is the conversation is the relationship.
Okay.
And so if we ever stop talking, if we ever say there's things we can't talk about, then we become smaller, and so does the relationship. So there you go.
Amen. And
There you go.
one thing is, I have a book, Eat That Frog.
Eat that frog.
Because when I met Debbie, she had frogs all over her
That's
office.
right, I did.
And I think I
Yes.
may have given her one.
You probably did.
And when something gets tough, I always think of you. And I have that book out, and I'm like, eat that frog
Just
right
eat the
now.
frog. Just
Early
eat
in the
it.
morning. If
Just
you don't
get
know
it
what that
done.
is, then go get the book.
Yeah,
right?
Brian Tracy. That's right. There you go.
Well, thank you so much for spending the time.
Thanks for the burger.
Yeah. So we're gonna eat bite, and then I get to get more time of her time. All right. God bless everyone.